Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
Crypto market's clearly heating up, and how do you know? Well, by looking at your screen right now, you can see Indiana Jones. He has found the green up arrow for crypto markets. It's an exciting time, right? You can see the thrill on his face. And I'm going to share with you perspective from a couple analysts and some additional evidence that the whales, they've really got their process in place. They know exactly what they're doing. While all sorts of people have been panic selling, they've been accumulating, and there are indications that we're going to be in up-only season soon, as they call it. But look, the lowest price for XRP this year was 57 cents, and it happened on January 24th this year, 2022. Now today XRP spiked at over 90 cents, which is roughly the highest it's been all year, actually. And that's a 57% increase in the price of XRP in just over 2 months. And while it's great to see that, the interesting fact is that none of this matters. The price of XRP is just as volatile as history tells us it should be. So for now, it doesn't matter if the price goes up. I mean, I'm happy to see it, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't matter if the price goes up, and it also doesn't matter if the price goes down. All that matters is the answer to this simple question. Is XRP going to go parabolic ever again? Like we saw in late 2017 when it ran to almost $4. It was starting at around the 20-cent region in middle of December 2017. Is it ever going to do that again and enter price discovery? Because I have to tell you, all of the price action before that, frankly, doesn't matter. And I know it scares people, but it doesn't scare me. It really doesn't scare me. It's a known factor, the volatility is. And what would scare me is if that volatility stopped. So everybody's freaking out about volatility. I'm like, no, this is par for the course. If it stopped, I'd be like, what in the ever-loving hell is going on? Everybody else would be feeling calm and nice. I'd be like, no, something's on fire somewhere. Smell out that smoke. There is a problem. So in that sense, I'm looking at this very differently from the typical retail speculator that makes purchasing decisions as a result of emotion. But since my bet is that there will be parabolic price action for XRP leading to a new all-time high in price discovery, and I do believe that, absolutely nothing that happens before that actually matters to me. And it's exciting to see the price go up. Fine. It can be a little fun, especially if it's bigger jump than normal. But just to be real with you, in the end, none of it matters. Because either I'm right, and it's going to go parabolic, which is the only thing that matters to me, or I'm wrong and it goes to zero, which, I don't know, I guess I'll cry myself to sleep or something. But I also only invested when I'm willing to lose in case I'm wrong about all those. But anyway, plenty to share with you moving forward. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. Just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this, XRP is at 87 cents, Bitcoin's at $47,405, market cap for the asset class 2.16 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance at 41.57%. look at this. I'll just pull up Bitcoin. Actually, look at this. Bitcoin. This is fantastic as far as I'm concerned. It had a 24-hour high of $48,157. Now, to me, this is where things sooner than later are going to start to get really, really interesting. Is the blockchain backer correct? And we end up seeing Bitcoin never seeing a new all-time high until the next market cycle. Are we going to see a bear market now, or as the likes of Credible Crypto and Nicholas Merton and all sorts of others correct? Love Crypto, are those types correct? And we've just been seeing consolidation over much of the last 12 months, actually. Arguably for at least close to half year. I understand that there's an all-time high, but still, like, much of the time spent, if you just look at it, it looks like it's been ranging, the price action of Bitcoin. So the question is then, who's right? Are we going to see the up action? Because the market's going to have to make a decision sooner or later. It's not going to sit here in purgatory forever. You know what I'm saying, folks? It's going to happen. So this is very exciting for me and hopefully for you too. I've been so curious to see how this plays out. I still don't know for sure. I don't pretend to have the answer, but I'm tracking it. And I'm going to share with you what some people think. But first, let's highlight this. Here's the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 56 out of 100, indicating that the market is in greed. Isn't it pleasant to see that? If you look last month, it was at 26 out of 100, indicating fear. And if you go back to January, at some point, I think in January anyway, it was at, 10 or 11 out of 100, indicating extreme fear. But here we are at 56. These people flying by the seat of their pants. Just whatever's happening in the moment, I feel those emotions, and they probably sell accordingly. Take a look at this tweet from Web Crypto. I shared this one in a recent video. I'm going to share his newer one, but I wanted to kind of set the table with this one first. This was from March 24th this year. Hashtag XRP. Still in its long-term consolidation. Nothing exciting in my opinion before the yellow parallel channel is broken, which is $1.50. Fireworks begin once the upper channel breaks, which he says is probably alt season. Should Bitcoin print more weakness, alts would follow, and XRP risks another fall down to 30 to 40 cents. Well, I'll tell you what, at least we haven't seen that to this point. But as far as this channel that he's citing right here with these parallel yellow dotted lines, not yet broken up, despite the fact that it's been fun to see XRP jumping up to over 90 cents today. But where are we going? Well, take a look at this, and if this isn't optimism, I don't know what the hell is. So this is from Love Crypto. This is his newest tweet from from just a few hours ago, actually. Hashtag XRP. The current price action since late February usually leads to big and sharp spikes. And here's the chart that he shared with an overlay here with expectations showing XRP, he's anticipating heading up towards that region he was talking about, $1.50. It's from his perspective, it seems like a virtual inevitability, and honestly, to me, it does seem like that too. Not that I don't know for sure. I'm not pretending to. I do have a crystal ball, but it's broken AF, so I'm not 100% sure. But it'd just be weird to me if the highest price for XRP that would ever happen for the entirety of the existence of mankind already happened. And it was on January 4th, 2018 when it hit whatever it was, $3.92 according to Live Coin Watch. If that's really the highest, okay, fine. That would be very surprising to me. I don't believe that's the case. I think it's going to be worth way more than that. I don't know how much, but that's my bet. That's where I'm looking here. And then there was this from chart analyst Credible Crypto. And he writes, in all seriousness, the fifth, and he's talking about the fifth wave here in this market cycle. Here, I'll make this full screen actually while I'm reading this. In all seriousness, the fifth should be similar to the first and third and that once we get going, pullbacks will be shallow, and it will essentially be up only for a number of months. Not really a new paradigm, just the result of expansion after a year-long consolidation period. And so you can see what he's talking about here with this being wave 1, and then 2 back to the downside, and then 3 to the upside, then to the downside, a lot of consolidation, 4, and then he's anticipating this blow off top. And so this is what we're going to find out here, because again, we're not going to hang out here in purgatory forever. Bitcoin's going to do something, and then altcoins like XRP will ultimately respond. And even if XRP lags behind Bitcoin in terms of parabolic movement, which historically it certainly has, and that's fine by me, cool. But we're going to find out very soon, aren't we? It's going to move. Big move to the upside or big move to the downside. It can't stay here forever. That's what I believe. And really everybody believes. Even like blockchain backer, credible crypto, they have different ideas of what directionally what that's going to mean. But they all believe something is going to happen. There will be a big move. Just a matter of time, and I am just as curious as you. I'm optimistic for the upside, but we shall see. Now take a look at this, because how has everybody been behaving while the typical retail speculators have been freaking out, losing their ever-loving minds for much of the last several months or so? Look at this headline from the Daily Hodl. Confident crypto whales behind Bitcoin explosion, according to analyst Nicholas Merton. A popular crypto analyst is identifying big players in the crypto world as likely being responsible for the market's recent rip to the upside. In a new strategy session, Nicholas Merton tells his 514,000 YouTube subscribers that whales and other institutional investors not selling their Bitcoin despite macroeconomic and geopolitical uncertainty is the catalyst behind Bitcoin's sudden rise in price. And here's a quote from him. Over the past couple months, there's been so many scares around the macro environment. The Federal Reserve increasing interest rates and initiating quantitative tightening to curb inflation. The war going on between Ukraine and Russia. Potentially another COVID wave. All these different topics that got all these people pessimistic made people think that the whales, the large investors, the institutions were going to sell their positions. On the contrary, we didn't see any major whales dumping. In fact, we saw accumulators continue to either buy more or hold. That is proven here through the 1-year hodl wave, end quote. And it's worth pointing out, as I have done in the past, this is not the behavior from whales that we saw in the early part of 2018. Markets got very crashy very quickly. We're not seeing the same behavior here. And you could argue perhaps it's because market cycles are lengthening, and that's, I think, provably the case at this point. Because we're not we haven't seen some crazy crash from Bitcoin, and we also haven't seen an alt season. So I think it's pretty clear that what we're looking at here, unless the structure is really completely broken, fine, then okay. But if it's not, then we're just seeing a lengthening market cycle here. Anyway, piece continues. The 1-year hodl wave metric keeps track of Bitcoin that has remained dormant for over a year. The Data host goes on to explain that the whales have been loading their crypto bags over the last 6 months, while short-term and leveraged traders have caused the up and down price action. Here's another quote from Nicholas Merton. We saw during this time a nearly 10% increase from back in September and October of 2021. All the way towards where we are here at the end of March. It's been nothing but a couple of months of the whales buying more and holding their positions. All the volatility we've been seeing in the market is likely short-term traders and leveraged traders getting liquidated in either direction, end quote. Yeah, I would buy that. And you know what, and he's talking about a shorter time period here, but I'll tell you this. So he seems to get that, like, this doesn't matter. What matters is overall adoption and the trend upward, which we've been seeing for over a decade in crypto, right? And so that's why for me, like, ever since the bubble popped, the XRP bubble popped, the Bitcoin bubble popped, the last market cycle, late 2017, early 2018, anything that's happened since then to this point, as volatile as it's been, with XRP being as low as 11 cents all the way up to $2 last year, as volatile as it is, and so many peaks and valleys in between, I must insist that, and this is my very firm and strong opinion, none of that matters. It feels scary and volatile and intense, and oh my god, at any moment it could all just go to there. It's what it feels like to people. I get that. It feels, None of it freaking matters. I really believe that. We'll see if I'm right, but I really don't believe that it's going to matter in the end. Because the bet is either, for me, it either goes, like I said earlier at the beginning part of the video, either it goes parabolic, goes to the moon, or it goes to zero. One of those things is going to happen. So all the crap in between, who gives a damn? It's not worth feeling emotions because of any of that. I'm waiting for one of those to play out. And I'm here for the long haul. I will be here when one of those plays out. Period. That's it. That's my bet. Either I lose everything or it becomes worth a fortune. There's really not any in between for me. Because I'm just not going to panic sell. I'm not going to do it. But anyway, Merton concludes his analysis by reasserting his long-held opinion that despite Bitcoin's 50% decline from an all-time high above $69,000 back in November, Bitcoin is not in a bear market. And here's a final quote from him. These trends are driven by supply contractions. When we see those higher lows in price like we've been seeing over the past year and a half, it's a sign that the trend is not dead and that this isn't a bear market, plain and simple. End quote. And so that is what I'm seeing from every analyst on the planet that I follow, except for the blockchain backer. But blockchain backer is right an insane amount of times. He's way more correct than wrong. So I'm not, despite him having the minority opinion clearly, I'm not throwing it out. He's earned his position, let's say. So, but even if he is wrong, whatever. He's right on almost everything. So I don't even care. Like, fine, you could argue this is like a more consequential thing to, put a stake in the ground on, but...
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.